Hey everybody, welcome back to Bar Run Forge. It's time. Out with the old, in with the new. Stick around. So we're back here in the greenhouse. We're around what we would call our potting table, but it has really become one of those places that has caught everything, and it was a side note to the whole greenhouse setup. Like we need a place to put stuff and put uh, our our potting materials so we can have starters done and things like that. And it just became an accumulation area. You know how it is, horizontal space. It just collects area. And basically, all this is two sawhorses and an old hollow core table. When you get in here watering and doing all kinds of stuff, it just doesn't do it. It's the wrong piece. It takes up too much space. We need to reduce the size a little bit. We're going to put a shelf underneath. We're going to make a whole new table that'll last a long, long time and will fit this space a whole lot better. In the meantime, we've also got to get rid of some stuff and kind of get an idea of what we actually need here in the greenhouse. So we're going to go to the shop and we're going to make our cuts and most of the assembly here just a whole lot easier. We've got a great surface to assemble things on. We've got our miter saw station here. Everything should work a whole lot easier in here as opposed to out there trying to put things together. So we'll put components of it together and then we'll do the final assembly in the greenhouse. The old potting table just wasn't enough. It was an old door, two sawhorses, it's too long. It's just the wrong thing. So the other thing that it doesn't have is a shelf, any kind of storage. So basically things just got thrown underneath it. We're going to change that. We're going to put a shelf underneath it. We're going to make some storage for it. Maybe put some totes, be able to put some totes underneath that. But essentially we're going to shrink it down just a little bit, make it a little bit more convenient to use. And we're going to use some materials that are going to last a long time to make that happen. So we've got our first piece of pressure treated 2x4 on the miter saw station. We've already done our measurement. We've got exactly where it needs to be. And then we did our T-track stop so that we can do a repeatable cut. So we need to cut 4 of these at 60 inches. So this will make it really easy. Now we've got to cut 8 pieces at 21 inches. Again, we've got our stop set up so we can do a repeatable cut. Our layout is pretty simple. We've got our 60-inch runners, and then our cross pieces are all 21 inches long. There are 4 of them. So the easy math, since this is a 60-inch long board, is to go at 20, 40, and then the end is at 60. So we'll put those together, make sure everything is square. We'll be using 3-inch deck screws, exterior screws. We'll put it together that way. Make 2 of those. All right, with the upper and the lower frames complete, now we can actually put the decking on top of the upper, and then we'll assemble that top, make our cut for our posts, go from there. We really didn't want this factory edge sticking out the ends. We wanted to make it look pretty decent. So we've mitered the corners. We're going to put those in there, and then there'll be 2 slats each in there that will there'll be a gap so that other material can fall down in here if it needs to. We wash it off. We're not worried about stuff kind of laying in here. This doesn't need to be a waterproof even surface. So this is going to work out really good. Again, all we had to do was add an extra 21-inch piece, and we put it on the horizontal instead of the vertical so that these pieces here could screw in and be secured. So we're going to cut our pieces on the interior here. There'll just be 2 of them, and then we'll screw those down, and the top will be done. So that is our rough layout. And what we're going to do now is we'll make the exterior. We'll pre-drill some holes, put our screws in, trying to make everything fit up and square nicely. Then we'll space out the center portion, make sure they fit nice and tight, pre-drill those, screw those in place. Tabletop is done. Now we can work on the bottom frame. Now we'll cut our posts to length. These are 6-foot posts. We'll cut them at 3 feet, and those will be our legs. Out with the old. In with the new. All right, we're going to take our first leg. We've got a measurement. We'll tack it in place. We'll put in the other legs. Tack in our final leg. Now we'll be able to stand it up and put the top on. So there it is. There is our garden shed, our greenhouse potting table. Man, this turned out just pretty much exactly how I hoped it would. Good and sturdy. We've got the composite deck on the top. We end up using it for the shelving as well. Pressure treated lumber all the way around. This should be a long, long time in this place. It's going to fit perfectly. I think this is just absolutely spot on. We'll be able to store buckets and totes underneath. I'll do a little video of this kind of putting things underneath here, not putting a whole lot on top, and then we'll close the video out. All right, so let's talk about the final on our table here. Man, it just really turned out exactly the way we wanted it to. After looking at it and putting everything on here, this is perfect. This is spot on. We've got our seed packets underneath. We've got a tote with some of our chemicals and treatments and things like that. This is all our seeds in a dry area. We've got all our pots and our starter packs, and then the trays underneath. We've got our seed starters up here, so we can just go right to it. Already got some seeds out. Got our gathering basket. We've got some plants that need to be planted, and we're going to go make a raised bed for those. Anyway, boy, what a difference this has made already here in the greenhouse. Guys, thank you so much for coming in and joining us, and thank you for watching all our videos here at Bar Run Forge. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.